What's up, everybody? Thanks for stopping by my channel, Esteemed Queen and Mentality. Be sure that you like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell down below so that way you get to know when I post all my tea talks. Scenery is a little different because I'm feeling a little different. I've been busy, and so this morning y'all gonna get ready with me for my work day as we're doing this tea talk because I don't know how much time I have. And I don't know where my phone is. Hold on. I think this is my office phone. Okay. And I need to put it on the charger. See this is what I say. Y'all gonna have to work with me today. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna make this a little quick, fast, and in a hurry. Okay. Alright. I hope y'all doing alright. I hope y'all doing well. Like I said, y'all gonna have to work with me today because I got a lot of things I gotta do on top of me having to work and go to PT. So anyway, hope everyone had a good weekend. Everybody was well. Everybody was swell. Everybody, you know, got some time in to relax with the family. Don't worry about what I'm doing. You just pay attention to the sermon. You know what I'm saying? I hope everyone's doing well. I don't know any other way to say it, but definitely hope everyone's going to have a great week. I know you're going to have a great week. So we need to go ahead and talk about a couple things so that way this week you can start it off knowing for sure you know what you want, you know who you are, and you're not going to let nobody tell you different. All right, we need to have a tea talk about standing in our truth, standing on what we say and meaning it, because the worst thing you can do is say something and mean it but not follow through on it. And a lot of times when we find ourselves in these places where we know for sure who we are and what we're meant to do, we have people, naysayers, haters, or whatever, that like to come and try to tell us right? But yet they can't even tell you what their favorite color is. So we need to talk about this, okay? A lot of times people may come across this tea talk topic in a way where they're having to make their stance like, hold the fuck up, like I know what I'm talking about, I know I'm not tripping, I know I got all the evidence and everything that I need to make it known that what I'm saying I'm not tripping on, and I'm not tripping about. You know what I'm saying? People be real quick to want to question your sanity and your reasoning and your common sense when they feel as if like gaslighting you is going to be what gets you out of your way of seeing when people aren't good for you. So we need to talk about this tea talk topic. We need to talk about gaslighting. I mean, we hear it a lot, people use it a lot, and where's my grinder? But at the end of the day, we just don't really as long as you know yourself, you don't really have to count or worry about people gaslighting you, because there's just a couple of different things we need to talk about. So go ahead, get your water, get your wine, get whatever it is that you sipping on, get it and bring it close, because I'm going to go get mine and I'll be right back. Told y'all I wasn't going to be long. Okay. Oh! Alright, so get your water, get your wine, get whatever it is that you sipping on, get it and bring it close. Now, like I done already said, gaslighting is one of those type things that's up there with breadcrumbs. I think we've already had a conversation about breadcrumbs. Check a couple of videos back, maybe a couple years or so ago. But we spoke of breadcrumbing. We need to talk about gaslighting. Now, for the ones who don't really know too much about gaslighting but have heard about it, it's pretty much, you know, it makes you question your own reality. It's a form of manipulation. It's a form of discounting who you are, what you stand for, so on and so forth. And a lot of times we hear it in forms of, that didn't happen, that's crazy. You know, that never happened. You're making things up. And you could very well not be making things up, but this person is going to have you feel like there's this mental illusion that's keeping you from telling them what you've accepted from them. That goes for character, that goes for actions, that goes for whatever it is that tarnishes what you thought wasn't of them. So if you want to think and say that someone isn't a liar, right? You sit here and say someone isn't a liar. Well, the only way for you to know that they're not a liar is for them to give you traction, or they give you a report where they never done those things. But you have these people out here that do. Oh, hold on. That do. They'll sit there and lie right to your face. You know the sky blue. These motherfuckers telling you it's purple. It happens. It happens to all of us, alright? But what we have to keep in mind are a couple of different things when it comes to gaslighting. Don't get up in an uproar about people wanting to tell you that your point of view is wrong. And don't get up in your feelings when people feel as if like they're right and you're wrong. When you know damn well what is right and what is wrong according to your belief, according to your standards, according to your morals. So we need to talk a little bit more about this gaslighting thing, because a lot of times our judgment goes into question, our mental health goes into question, our self-worth goes into question, our memory goes into question, and we have to learn how to set healthy boundaries when people try to use gaslighting as a way to discount you, period. So, of course, first thing is first, I've already said it. We've already done it. And that is, you need to set some boundaries. If someone's going to try to manipulate you and feel as if like what you have to say and your point of view is invalid, they need to be invalid. They don't need to be in your air, your oxygen, your energy, your mind, none of that. You know, practice a clear boundary with them. So then that way, at the end of the day, people could play all they want to about why it is people don't come around the first couple of times. But after a while, it sets in. Especially if it's been a known habitual behavior. You know, you can think you waiting time out by thinking like, oh, well, if I don't bring it up, this person's not going to remember I gaslight. But things like that don't easily go away, because once people realize that they can do it once, and if you're not smart enough, well, I'm not going to say you're smart enough, but if you're not mentally healthy enough to catch it, it's always going to catch you. It's always going to be one of those little fly catchers. Like, you always going to get caught in the sticky shit if you don't pay attention to the signs in the beginning. All right, so we need to set boundaries. We need to set boundaries. And when people decide that they are going to gaslight you, they're going to breadcrumb you, they are going to make you feel as if like you and what you're talking about is completely non-existent because they've never, then you need to save your evidence. Save your evidence. I'm a big advocate for this, because I don't like no one feeling confused on why I don't fuck with them no more. Like, I'm not that type of person. Like, I have evidence. This is what it is. This is what I can't tolerate. This is what I can't do. It is what it is. So, when it comes down to a point of me saving that evidence, number 3, I'm saving that evidence to lock the door. To lock the door. Because, see, what I'm not about to do is deal with you after I done already made my point. I've already proved my point, and you know my point. You know, now this is when gaslighting becomes, well, gaslighting is already a reverse psychology mechanism that people use, but this is when they really try to turn it up. And when you decide to just like, you know, you being a person to discard a narcissist first, they don't like it. It's an injury to them, to their pride, to their ego. Well, now we have to think of it like this. When you decide that you want to set the boundaries, you want to be sure that you keep the evidence, and you for sure know that you want to lock the door and not deal with that person. This person either is going to keep coming around, they're going to find a way to gaslight you in a different way, But see, the thing is, you have to keep your eyes set on who you are. The worst thing that someone can try to do is tell you about you. You be with you all the time. So why is it someone else who don't know who they are trying to tell you about you? That's the thing you have to keep in mind when it comes to people gaslighting you. Know what the hell you saying before you say it. Have the evidence to back it up. So that way, ain't no argument. Ain't no argument. Ain't no argument. It's just straight up, this is what it is. You can't lie when there's evidence. Just like you can't say a project or an experiment doesn't work and there's been evidence. You know what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind. A lot of times gaslighting comes so quick by us that we don't even realize when we feed into it. And so this is when you need to learn how to listen quickly but be slow to react. Because if you're slow to react and you're able to keep calm, like I told someone last week, he's like, hey, people think I'm waving at them and I'm drowning. I said, well, guess what? If you stay calm, you'll always float. But you need a level head to be able to understand a lot of things. And maturity of all types come with you having to be calm. You cannot make a sound decision with reactivity around you. You know, like gaslighting is a reaction. It's not a proaction, it's a reaction. Now, how you go about dealing with them, this is why I say setting the boundaries, saving the evidence, and locking the door and throwing away the key is going to be what really drives it home for you. And this is not just for you, but this is also to protect your family as well. You know how many people out here have kids with narcissists? I'm a product of 2 of them, you know? So we have to keep in mind that our mental health is just as important as these motherfuckers trying to lie. Trying to lie, get away, all that type stuff. And you don't want that type of smoke brought to your energy's front door. So why entertain it? So that's a little bit I got for y'all going on today. I got a couple other things I got going on. And I just want everyone to stay safe out there. I want everyone to realize, you know, loving yourself is the best thing that you can do in these times. Remind yourself you don't have to deal with BS if you don't want to. And don't let nobody gaslight you to make you feel otherwise, like you got to take it. It's not even a point. Even if you have to distance yourself in doses. I've mentioned a friend in the past that I had to do this with a homegirl. She was just too much all the time. And she was just causing havoc on my energy. Like, it got to a point when I was around her, I found myself always yelling with an outdoor voice when I'm typically a person that speaks like this on a normal. So, you know, you got to be careful about what really comes into your aura. All right? Like I said in the last video, bitch, you need to look alive. Look alive. Because if you look alive, it's going to be hard for a motherfucker to tell you a lie. All right? So, y'all tell me how y'all deal with people who gaslight. I remember I used to work at at my old job where I used to work. My old manager, she was quick to always try to gaslight. When I figured that shit out and I figured out what gaslighting was, every time she used to try to, I would just be like sniffing the air. And then she'd be like, what's wrong with you? I'd be like, is there a gaslight on? Mind you, I cooked around gas. So if you didn't catch it, it went over your head. But for the people who knew me, already knew, like, she calling it out. And mind you, I was at work, so I had to be professional. But that don't mean professional nasty can't get the point across. Is there a damn gaslight on? Because I know she ain't going to try to tell me A, B, C, D, F, G. Oh, I know not. I know not. You know? And remember, when people try to gaslight you, they gaslight you because they don't want you telling them about them. That's all that is. That's all that is. And people who you can't help, they will hurt. That's just how it goes. So be careful with that, with them gaslighting folks. Because what happens if so happens, you know what I'm saying, you can't get that flame on that stove, but you turn that gas on. It's a whole nother type of eruption going on if you don't look alive. Period. and people know who they can try that shit with, and then there's people out here that are smart enough to know who they can't get over on. Be the second group of people. You know what I'm saying? Set your boundaries, save your evidence, lock the door, and don't deal with them no more. Y'all tell me how y'all deal with gaslighters. Y'all tell me how y'all deal with gaslighters. And I'ma holla at y'all later. Be sure that y'all like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell down below. And until next time, I will talk to y'all later. Bye. I gotta go to work now. Ugh.